Hi, today I'm going to talk about brushes, and I have all the NARS New Lunch brushes with me. It's total 21 different brushes. First, for face. Here I have total 7 different types of brushes. First brush I'm going to show you is this number 13 powder brush from NARS. Flared brush, and yet it's tapered. So this kind of shape brush, it'll apply powders all over your face, and the best way to apply powders is pick up some amount of product and then gently press into the skin with a little bit of rolling motion. You can also pat this brush. The size is really large, so you can really apply the powder all over your face. Next brush is a bronzing brush. This is a dome-shaped tapered brush. The bristles are very soft, they feel luxurious. And with this brush, you can just gently bronze your face, even creating sun-kissed look, even over your center of the face for sun-kissed look. It'll really create the sun-kissed look and warm the face up. And next brush is Kabuki Ita brush, and this is quite a popular brush, I believe. It has this large, flat Japanese Kabuki inspired Ita brush. Simply define them by applying this bronzing powder with the Ita brush underneath your cheekbone. It's very precise. Pretty easy. And next brush is a detailed powder brush, and this is one of my favorite brush among this brush collection from NARS. And what's more special about this brush is it's really tapered and small size, so you can really reach out to those very detailed areas such as your inner corner of the eye or your nose, where you need to powder it, just on the targeted area. For example, if you've done your concealing for your under eye, you can just simply apply a powder, apply just on the targeted area so precisely. And you can even use for a highlighting. It's just perfect for that. And next is Kabuki Mie, and this is one of my second favorite brush because of the shape. It's pretty unique, round dome shaped brush, and this brush is designed for the powder all over your face and blending the powder product. Next is two different cheek brush, and this is for a blush brush, and this is the iconic Yachiyo brush. However, these two brushes has a very different shape, and this brush, the size is a little bit more larger than the Yachiyo brush, so you can maybe just slightly dust off or push those pigments to your face for more intense pigmentation, or you can just really blend or apply a blush powder in a larger area. And this Yachiyo brush, it'll give you more sheer and light finish. On the other hand, it looks more natural on the face. And both bristles are quite soft, but I feel this brush is feel softer than Yachiyo brush. But Yachiyo brush has very unique shape, and it's just iconic. I have this orgasm blush I can apply with a Yachiyo brush, and the blush brush. Definitely blush brush picks up more powders. And as you can see, pigmentation on this blush brush side is more heavier. So if you prefer more intensity and like to play with the colors, then of course this powder blush brush would be the best choice. But if you are not more adventurous side, then maybe you can choose Yachiyo brush because it'll deliver you more light and natural finish than the original blush brush. And next brush is 3 different concealer brush. First brush is this usual petal flat brush, and the second is Radiant Creamy Concealer brush and Soft Matte Complete Concealer brush. And I want to talk about these 2 different shapes of brushes. And this brush, it has quite similar shape like Shu Uemura 8HR. And this brush is designed for the eyeshadow blending or concealer blending, but this brush is designed for concealer blending, but I'm going to use it for eyeshadow blending as well because it's quite my favorite shape. To be honest, this kind of shape is really hard to find in the market, and it's available at NARS right now, so you can purchase this brush to apply and blend your concealers or your eyeshadows. I have Radiant Cream Concealer here, and this is a Soft Matte Complete Concealer. If I show you the application result, Radiant Cream Concealer brush definitely applies more soft and diffused application. It just slightly apply a one layer of a concealer, and it's also slightly angled, so you can really fit into your targeted area. You can really reach to the targeted area without banging your mirror, which is quite unique and thoughtful. And next brush is the Soft Matte Complete Concealer brush. This brush has a flat top, dome-shaped brush, and you can really conceal by stippling the targeted area, blur out those imperfections you have. It really conceals it 100% perfect, flawlessly. And next brushes are eyes. I have several different shapes of eyeshadow brush. However, some shapes are quite usual suspect. You can find it from anywhere in the market. However, I want to talk about this brush. Okay, these kind of shapes you can find it anywhere, so I'm not going to review them. So I'm going to talk about these 5 different brushes, and this brush is it's a smudging brush. And this kind of brushes, we usually call it pencil brush because it's pointed and tapered, but NARS brush is not so tapered and pointed versus other brushes. I have these two, and these 2 brushes are from Hakuhodo. These 2 brushes are quite identical because it's more round and more soft dome shape on the top, but this brush is really tapered and very pointed. You can really reach to those very detailed area, while these 2 brushes are hardly reaching those detailed area. But this brush is more perfect for smudging your lines or diffusing the eyeshadow or soften out those edges. It'll smudge your eyeshadows and eyeliners perfectly, and you can really utilize this brush all over your eye makeup routine. And next brush is this Soft Matte Complete Concealer brush like eyeshadow brush. This is called High Pigment Eyeshadow Brush, and this brush will deliver you the maximum intensity of eyeshadow. If you use water and wet this brush, the pigmentation is much more higher. So I'll show you on a dry hand. This is a dry eyeshadow now, and I'm gonna spray this mist. Not much difference actually, but I can really see the color is more intense. The color is more intense in just one swipe than the dry. And I'm not so sure if you can see it or not. The wet side is more light reflective versus other side. The dry side looks more dry, totally looks more dry. Not so sure if this camera can catch this result or not, but I can really see the difference that if you wet the brush, the finish is more foiled. I would say the result is more foiled. And next brush is this flat push eyeliner brush. I do personally purchased it before, previously the old version, and I've been using it quite well, and it has not exactly the same, it has identically the same shape, but the new brush is slightly more shorter and the handle is more thicker. I can really feel the old one feels more light and the new one feels more slightly heavy, and the thickness of the handle is slightly more thicker. So I still prefer the old handle because it feels more light and less weight, but this one, the new brush, it feels more sturdy and more durable. So with this brush, you can literally pick up your eyeshadow and push into the roots of the lashes to create this eyeline look without making any mess. And this is really easy to use. Just push into the roots of the lashes. You can get the perfect result. Next brush is this tube brush. And to be honest, this brush is a multifunctional brush. You can use for the lips eyes or calligraphy on the face, whatever. But I'll be probably using this brush for either lips or concealing, pinpoint concealing, or maybe applying an eyeshadow with the precision and detail. And this brush is a small tapered blending brush. It's more precise than the regular blending brush. The size is much smaller and it's more pointed. So this kind of shape, I'll use the flat side, just lay the brush down and apply the eyeshadow on the very targeted area, such as the outer corner of the eye or inner corner of the eye. Lay the brush down and apply the eyeshadow. Or you can use the tip of the brush and just blend this very targeted area. It's very much detailed and the shape is quite unique. It's not easy to find in the market. So if you need a detailed brush, of course you can use this brush. And I saw one makeup artist using this brush for lips as well. And the rest are a lip brush. This is a retractable lip brush. It goes back and it goes in and out. And with the cap, it's very artist friendly because this kind of brush, it has a cap behind it, and when you close it, sometimes you may have a jelly hand, so it may just like spoil your brush or close it in a bad way for the brush. But this brush will not damage your brush, but it's just go back and forth. Very protective and artist friendly. The rest are the brow spoolie and the brow brush. To be honest, they are just the usual brush. I have nothing much to say, but the hair is much more stiff, so you can really define your eyebrows perfectly and shape them. And this is finally a spoolie brush. Previous NARS brush was this toothbrush shape, and it was quite unique to groom your brows, but most consumers, they are still looking for the spoolie brush, so now NARS is carrying this spoolie brush. So that's the final reviews.